This is the case of McDonald's vs Hungry Jack's. McDonald's decided to threaten lawsuits towards Hungry Jack's after the release of their brand new Big Jack and Mega Jack burgers. McDonald's officially claimed that the Big Jack was substantially identical with, or deceptively similar to, McDonald's well-renowned Big Mac trademark. McDonald's claimed that Hungry Jack's were misleading their customers, claiming that their burgers had
25% more Aussie beef,
referring to the comparison of the Big Mac's beef. This case isn't as straightforward as it seems, so let's check out this 3-year beef between McDonald's and Hungry Jack's. McDonald's believed that Hungry Jack's had violated the Big Mac's trademark
I'm loving it,
due to the similarity in the name Big Jack. McDonald's also were concerned about a consumer law breach due to the
25% more Aussie beef,
name in Hungry Jack's advertisements. McDonald's claimed these advertisements would cause significant impact in their sales due to the comparison in size of the burgers. Tests were carried out by an analytical chemist and food chemist who bought several Big Macs and Big Jacks at multiple stores to compare the weight. The overarching legal questions in this case are: was the Big Mac and Big Jack substantially identical or deceptively similar? And had Hungry Jack's deceived consumers in their advertisements?
25% more Aussie.
Let's find out.
Is it getting better?
The Competition and Consumer Act 2010, in sections 29 to 34, prohibits businesses from misleading or deceiving consumers. McDonald's claimed that Hungry Jack's advertising of
25% more Aussie beef,
was misleading to consumers. Sections 151 to 160 ensures businesses comply with the descriptions and advertisements of their products. McDonald's claimed that Hungry Jack's had breached this by falsely describing their products. The Trademarks Act 1995 under Section 121 TMA prohibits the use of a trademark that is substantially identical or deceptively similar to a registered trademark in connection with goods or services. This section aims to prevent confusion among consumers. McDonald's claimed under this law that the name Big Jack was too similar to Big Mac. In October 2020, McDonald's filed a complaint against Hungry Jack's in court that Hungry Jack's had breached the Big Mac trademark. The case then proceeded to trial, where McDonald's presented evidence to support its claim. Hungry Jack's presented its defense against the allegations, arguing that branding and marketing strategies were distinct compared to McDonald's and did not create confusion to consumers. A crucial factor proven by Judge Burley was the fact that Mac and Jack are both phonetically different and semantically different. The example Judge Burley used was the names Harry and Barry, or Ryan and Brian, rhyme, but are not likely to be confused, proving to McDonald's that the names were not similar enough to cause confusion over the product. A key factor that influenced the outcomes of the case was the proof of the size difference in the burgers. Evidence was used in court where tests were carried out and findings were that Big Jacks were not 25% bigger. They were in fact no more than 15% bigger.
You feel the same.
On the 16th of November 2023, in the federal court, His Honour, Stephen Burley found that Hungry Jack's had not breached the Big Mac's trademark. However, Justice Burley found that Hungry Jack's
25% more Aussie beef,
advertisements were misleading and breached sections 29 to 34 and 151 to 160 of the Competition and Consumer Act 2010. The final decision made in federal court will continue to change history for future fast food businesses, duopolies, and consumers around the nation. This case alone will create a border of how far you can legally taunt and compare competition and to what extent.
Will it make it easier on you now?
Order. I decided that Hungry Jack's, Mega Jack and Big Jack are not deceptively similar to McDonald's burger items because they did not infringe on their rival's trademark nor create confusion of the names. Mate, are you serious? The decision highlighted the extent of a trademark in trademark law in Australia, which is protecting a product's uniqueness. I believe this showed that a trademark does not cover a product as much as it should, but, well, my job's to discover the law, so. Now, although Hungry Jack's is over here celebrating, unfortunately, mate, you actually breached the Competition and Consumer Act 2010 by stating that the Big Jacks were 25% bigger. What? But they're 25% bigger when they're raw. I don't care if they were 25% bigger raw. I care how big they were when they were in my mouth, okay? This is going to be up to a $10 million fine, you hear me? Order. What? Time to be serious. This case will have a lasting impact in Australia. The federal court gained many sources of information and proof to consider both the Australian consumer law breach and the Big Mac trademark infringement. I believe this case was resolved effectively due to all aspects, such as name decisions, the weight of the beef before being cooked, which Hungry Jack's thinks is right, it's disgraceful, and advertisement features, being fairly considered. This case demonstrates the effectiveness of the protection of rights for companies and consumers. In this example, both businesses were given a fair trial, with Hungry Jack's defending their rights to advertise competitively and McDonald's protecting their brand. The rights of consumers were protected as Hungry Jack's were penalised for misleading advertisements. Businesses for decades in Australia will change their marketing strategies and advertisement plans as a result of this case. So, Macca's and Hungry Jack's, I'll see you later. Who won this case? Well, it's paper, scissors, rock. Win for Hungry Jack's. They get to keep the Big Jack and Big Mac. Win for Macca's. They made Hungry Jack's pay $10 million. So, yeah, that's basically it for the case. And thank you guys for coming. Order in the court. You're all free to leave.